What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival 2025. We're in episode number 23 now, and welcome back to the base. Last episode, we built this very neat-looking elevator thing right here, which actually is able to go to any of these floors. So we can go to level 1 right there. That's going to bring us down to this level right here. If we wanted to go down to one of the lower decks, just click that button. It'll send you right down there. So in this episode, we're going to be working on this a little bit more. This is the elevator revamp episode. Not that we're going to scrap anything, but more that we're just going to completely overhaul this and make it look a lot nicer and a lot more complete. So let's go back to our top level. Now, between when the last episode came out and this episode, Space Engineers had an update. Oh, I was about to get off there. That was a bit of an OSHA issue, which we're going to fix in this episode. But Space Engineers had an update where they released the Fieldwork DLC. So if I press G right here, I'll show you guys all the new fieldwork blocks. So first off, well, I guess I won't show you everything because I have a review video that I posted a couple days ago that will actually show you everything, but I do want to show you a couple of interesting ones. And one of them is the refill station, I think. Yeah, so they added a refill station, which is a small hatch, which allows for suit, power, oxygen and hydrogen refills. So it's a little refill station that we can put anywhere so that we don't need, I guess, a med bay to always refill our power really quickly. And I'm a little bit curious in that. I actually want to build one of those real quick. So refill, and they actually have that, oop, that's real. They have that in two variations, okay? So they have a refill station that's kind of like sticks on a block, and they have one that is the block, which sort of, I guess, acts as like an inset block. So let me grab this and find a place that I want to put this somewhere. Maybe putting it here. Yeah, putting it here wouldn't be a bad idea. It doesn't have a button on it. That'd be nice if it had a button on it as well, because then I could use it for my elevator button where I have a refill station just behind it. I almost want to put it right over here. What are you? You're a conveyor. Okay, so actually, you know what we can do? We can remove the conveyor piece, and instead of using a conveyor, we can use the refill station as where the conveyor was going to go, because this one right here is essentially a conveyor. It's got the conveyor bits all around it, and then it's got the refill station right there. So let's go ahead and build one of those. Now that is going to require 4 superconductors, kind of a crazy requirement for something that doesn't really seem like a late game item, but we're going to have to find 4 superconductors somewhere. I think we probably have some on the base. So let me go run down here to our little cargo container and see if we do. Yeah, okay, we did have some. So let's go back up here and let's plop them in. Okay, here we go. So we'll plop them in right there, and we have the inset refill station here. So now I imagine it's just like a med bay. I'm not 100% sure how fast the refill goes for the power, but next time we're really low on power, we'll check it out. See if it's faster or if it's, you know, about the same speed as a med bay. So that's kind of cool though. That's one of the things that they added to the free game. One other thing they added is the connector right here. They added the, what did they not call it a connector? Let's see, what did they call it? That's an inset refill station. Inset connector. Small, is it the small inset connector? Yeah, okay, so they added a small inset connector to the large grid now. So for things like, I think we had a small connector on here. No, we had a large connector, but for things where we have a small connector, for instance, you can actually like attach them to large grid, which is really cool, without the need for like a crazy rotor thing. Disabling all radio equipment, attempting to keep distance from Reaver threat. Wait, there's a Reaver. Oh gosh, there's a Reaver and we do not have the Falcon. Okay, well, in that case, you know where we're going? We're going over to the missile silo. Why do the Reavers always attack at night? I guess that kind of makes a little sense, but yeah, the Reaver's over there. We have a Reaver interloper, and we're going to need to hopefully lock on with our missiles. Now, I did set it up so that it's locked on using the artillery turret there, so it's entirely possible that it will lock on. Let's switch lock here to turret, and we're gonna wait for it to kind of get a little bit closer. I don't think this will be too bad, because we do have an artillery turret after all, so it should be fine. Now, I did get a couple comments from people explaining how this works, so I do need to do a little bit of an overhaul on this as well. I think, namely, I need to actually, instead of having these on a projector each, I need to have one projector for the entire, essentially, rack of missiles, and then that way I can have missile 1, missile 2, missile 3, because currently they're all labeled missile 1, which is a little bit crazy. So we need to revamp how we do this. The interloper is getting closer. We're just gonna wait for it because we can't really do anything, honestly. We just have to kind of like kind of sit here, wait for it to get close. I don't remember exactly what the range of the artillery turret is, but we'll see if this actually locks on, because it should be looking for lock. Well, regardless, we'll get like an audio notification if it does find lock. He's actually quite large. This is a little bit worrying. Hey, can you make sure that your aiming radius is like as max as possible? Okay, let's give it a second. All hell is about to break loose, so get ready, guys. There it is. Oh, yep, it locked. I think it locked. Okay, so now if I go here and hit this button, is it doing it? No, it didn't do it. Switch to that one, switch to that one. Okay, fire 1-1, fire 1-1. Argument, fire 1-1. Launch. Did it do it? Ah, our missiles aren't working. Well, I guess we have to, oh, that's a big target. What the heck? That's a massive base. Okay, I guess we have more time to figure out how we get this thing to fire then. What did we do? Maybe on this one right here, is it fire? No? Okay, I don't remember. It has target locked. Alpha. Is that the one? No? Okay, I was wrong. Hang on. Okay, it's fire dash dash 1-1. Fire dash dash 1-1. Run. No? All right. Well, oh shoot, we have soldiers here. Okay. Well, I need to go grab a weapon and actually fight this thing before it kind of destroys our entire base. It's not. Is it even attacking us? I don't know. I feel like it. No. I actually don't think it's attacking us. It's going down. So we successfully like knocked it down, but I don't think it actually attacked our base. Like looking at our base. Oh, it did. Wait, okay, it did. Oh yeah, it did. Oh man. Okay, well there might be soldiers running around, so let's go over here and like get a weapon real quick. So boom, we're gonna grab you. 1, 8, perfect. Let's go ahead to character tools, character weapons, I mean, and take this out. Okay. So, yeah, it's down right now. It looks like it did attack our power grid a little bit, but it didn't attack our ships, which is very nice of it. I saw a soldier flying around earlier, but I don't see him anymore, so it might be fine. This thing is still indicating that it has a target, which means this is probably a decent time to actually... Oh, that's because it's like switching between target locked and no target. So what I could potentially do is like go over to this thing and tell it to auto fire, because currently I have auto fire disabled. But I could set auto fire to true, and then maybe it would fire automatically. I honestly don't know. I think after this episode or in between episodes or something, I'm gonna go into a world and like try and actually figure this out, or like make a duplicate of this world in creative mode and like try and figure out how to get this thing to work. Because currently, it's not working. But anyway, we did survive a Reaver attack. I mean, survive. We survived, but we lost a couple of our power grid stuff, so that is kind of sad. Let's move a little bit closer to this thing to see if there's soldiers flying around. If there are, I'm gonna need to deal with them. This is quite a large ship that just showed up on our doorstep here. I did not expect to face something this big so early from the Reavers. Hopefully there's no turrets. There could be on the top that we wouldn't have seen. And there could also be some interiors. That's one right there, but it's on fire. Okay, let's move in a little closer here. I think we'll go inside. Let's move inside. Access denied here. Let's breach. Let's get in. Okay, back up a little bit. Weapon out. Now we need to make sure that there's no interior turrets, because while the turrets did clear the exterior of the ship, the interior has not been cleared. But it looks like it's a very tiny interior, so I guess we're fine. Okay, let's go ahead and hack this guy. We want to turn this ship into our own. Actually, this might be the perfect ship to turn into ours and then use when we go up to the space base. We could turn this into like a complete combat vessel. The Kangaroo is kind of combat ready, but it's not a combat vessel, you know what I mean? But this on the other hand could be a combat vessel. Is this mine now, by the way? Yes, it is. Okay, we're able to access all the containers. Let's see what's on this grid. We've got some power kits, nice. We've got some nullifiers right there, some ammo. Yeah, okay, so just a bunch of ammo and stuff. That's pretty good, okay. Nice, so we got an unexpected delivery of a ship that's in need of repair, it looks like. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of this stuff. What I wanna do actually here is rebuild that seat so that I can use it. And then let's go into third person here. Guess we're fine. I'm just gonna probably turn off the power. I don't know, we'll leave it here for now, it's fine. I'm extremely happy that we were able to kind of win that fight. and I'm extremely happy that I didn't do more damage to our base, but I'm a little sad that our turrets didn't work. Not our turrets. Our turrets worked fantastically. I'm a little sad that our missiles didn't work, but that's okay. We'll figure it out later, and you know, maybe by next episode or the episode after that, we'll have our missiles working. Oh shoot, they did attack! They attacked the armadillo! They shot at the armadillo. They shot our ingots container. Sorry, our ores container, which did have some ores in it. Okay, let me put this stuff back here. It looks like they did do a little bit of damage. Not a crazy amount. We should still be fine, but we're definitely gonna need to rebuild that container there. How many? Ooh, that's a lot. Oh gosh, that is a lot of stuff. Okay, so what I'm gonna want to do then there is, let's go ahead and let's grab a couple blocks real quick, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a collector to try and collect this stuff without having to manually collect it by myself. All right, I'm not sure if this is actually going to work to collect everything, but we're gonna try it out and hopefully it does, because I don't want to grab all of those ores, because that would be a big pain. So let's go ahead and build up all this stuff. There we go. Collector, I would like you to, what do I want it to do? I don't think I've ever really used the collector in Space Engineers. Is it working? Is it doing the thing? I don't know that it is. I would love to bring it like one block down, but I don't think I can. Now, if I put the collector facing that way, that might work. Can I like push it in here? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. For the time being, I'm gonna, because I have this set to drain all. So for the time being, I'm gonna put ores in there as well. And that might screw up some stuff temporarily. But not really. You're not gonna do the thing? Okay, well, I guess we're stuck doing it the old-fashioned way. Let's get a cargo container in here. All right, I'll see you guys in like an hour once I've grabbed everything and put it in these containers. I don't think there's an easier way to do this. So anyways, how is you guys' Friday going right now? I know this video is going to release on Friday. I hope it's going well. This, I just realized, by the way, that I started explaining that there was a new update for Space Engineers and a new DLC as well, but I didn't actually show you guys all the stuff in it. I only showed you guys, I think, 2 blocks. There's a lot more in the DLC that came out, and I'll give you a quick glimpse of the stuff. But if you want to see the full video, there is a full video where I go over this stuff that I released on Monday. So the Fieldwork DLC is adding a bunch of corridors, you know, some floor blocks, that, which is basically a replacement for the cryo chamber. It's got these 2 new lab doors, which are kind of cool. We're definitely going to be using those in our elevator, so you'll see them pretty soon. It's got some reskins of the O2H2 generator, the oxygen and hydrogen tanks, and some pipe blocks and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, if you want to see the full video of me explaining all that stuff, please check out the video that I released on Monday. That would be April 29th, maybe? Was it April 29th or April 30th? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, we're just gonna keep doing this here for a little bit, but this episode is gonna be an elevator episode, so we're gonna be working on the elevator, making it look a little bit nicer. Now, I had this idea for a script that I wanna use, that I wanna build for the elevator, but I don't know that we're gonna get to the script in this episode. So what I might do is I might do the script off camera, and then when we come back next episode, we'll have the script like ready to go. And essentially it's just gonna track which floor the elevator's on, and it'll display it to an LCD kind of so you can see it. You know how when you call an elevator, it's like, the elevator is at floor 5, and then it goes floor 4, floor 3, you know, it just keeps you updated on where the elevator is, which way it's moving, stuff like that. So yeah, it wouldn't be too bad to do. It'd be a pretty easy script to make based on the piston's extension distance. It's just that it will take a little while, which is why it's tough to do in an episode. It's easier to do kind of in between episodes. But anyway, let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep doing this, and let's speed you guys through it so you don't have to watch all this. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit when we have all this in here. You know, the smarter Andrew would have built a robot to do all this. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I still have a lot of magnesium and iron to do. So let's go into our production here real quick. Let's try and make some scavenger bot materials. 1, 2, 3. Let's try and make 3. Why not? Okay, let's go into here, inventory. Okay, it's pulling them already. Now, how much will a scavenger bot cost me if I wanted to make one? So repair, Let's do scavenger. And let's do... Or let's just see how much it is. So it's only 5,000 space credits, which means I can go in here and I can go give me 15,000. Withdraw that. Perfection. And let's go here and build ourselves a couple scavengers. So Buzz and Zubs are our welding robots. So what do we have for scavenger robots? We'll make them blue. Why not? Blue will be them. We'll make them drone bots. They're going to be our scavengers. I know I can make them robo-dogs, but I don't think the robo-dogs have jetpacks. And a jetpack is very much needed at my base. Or actually, you know what? Maybe it's not. You know what? Let's make some robo-dogs. Custom name. What's a dog name? But how about Spot? Spot is like a classic dog name. So let's go ahead and build Spot as a robo scavenger. We already have 5 helpers. That I do. That I do. Let's pull back a Zub. Let's go ahead and store Zub. Let's pull back Buzz, rather. Okay, so we stored Buzz. Let's go ahead and build one. There we go. Okay, so there is Spot the bot. And Spot the bot is gonna maybe get that. I don't know. He's a scavenger, so I guess he'll be able to go scavenge things. We'll pull back another one of our bots here. We'll have Spot. We'll have Doog. Doog sounds like a cool bot name. Doog will be purple, I guess. I don't know. Let's build Doog. Okay, that is interesting. And we'll have we'll have Barkiplier. Why not? We'll have Barkiplier. I think that so okay, we have Spot, we have Doog, and we have Barkiplier. Okay, those are our dogs. I don't know that they're doing anything, or maybe they are doing something. I don't know. I don't know if they're even gonna help me out, but I'm gonna leave this with them and we'll see if they actually are able to do anything. What I might do as well here is run down here, and I think there's an option to clear the map that reset map. And maybe if I do that, they'll be able to actually path. I mean, they should be able to find a path, right? Because you can walk here. Okay, I don't think the dogs are having an easy time with navigating my base. I'm just gonna let them chill and we'll see if they figure it out, I guess. I'm gonna leave that stuff there. Honestly, it might be even faster to go and collect more materials than to just pick that stuff up because of my inventory size. Anyway, we wanted to work a little bit on the elevator in this episode, so that's what we're gonna do, okay? So the elevator in this episode, we're gonna actually make this a proper elevator, and that starts with removing our guardrails. I know, OSHA inspectors, don't freak out. We have a plan. Ow, what was that? What did I do? I think something fell. Well, I mean, our base is kind of in a state of disrepair right now. And we should honestly, like, fix that at some point. But for now, just for now, we're going to work on the OSHA stuff because I take OSHA very seriously. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove some of these OSHA compliance guardrails. And what we're going to do here is we are going to start by placing down one of our new doors. We're going to place down the lab door. Actually, I think I even have that on the hotbar already. It's this one. So if we fly on over to our new lab door, you can see it's very low profile sort of lab door thing. And we're gonna place it right, I wanna say right there. We're gonna do 2. So we're gonna have one right here. We're gonna have another one right, kind of the opposite. So I think I should be able to just flip it around like that, and that should work. So let me try this out. So that's the door, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we have essentially a little elevator door thing. And what we can do is build up, instead of guardrails, we can actually build up a proper siding right here. So let's get out some window blocks. And I want to go, not with a 2x3, that's a little too crazy, but I want to go with something like this. And then up top, I don't know, we'll figure something out. And then for up here, I don't know, maybe I will just keep it like this. This is fine. So now with that, we essentially have no way that we could possibly jump into the shaft unless we like were to try and do something crazy like that. But I mean, that's pretty good. So now you can actually get on the elevator. If you call it down, it comes all the way down here. It's down there. This would automatically open and boom, you can go. Okay, so obviously it needs to be like adjusted a tiny bit, but like you see where I'm going with this. Okay, so what I was thinking as well is what if we could do something similar on this side? So I don't know, does this have, I don't think it has a small grid variant. That's the problem. I wish it did. But we do have doors that might have a small grid variant, which might work pretty well. So something like this isn't bad. The only problem is we need to actually like adjust the height a little bit so that it stops at the right level. But having something like this wouldn't be a bad idea. Then you kind of get out that way. We could also move this a little bit closer to the center. Maybe that would work a little bit better. So then it's there. Or the other option is we could do a sort of custom door. Instead of using this door, we could use a proper, like a hinge and have that be the door. So if we were doing that, we'd have sort of like a hinge right here, and it would kind of be like an arm that would go up and down. So for something like that, imagine like a little hinge right there, and then it kind of comes down in front of you to stop you from, you know, falling out the elevator. Ah, but this is probably what we want to use actually as a sci-fi sliding door. That would actually look pretty good. So let's undo this here real quick. And maybe getting a sci-fi sliding glass door in here would look good. There we go. So this is not bad actually, because we can have this open when you're at the right floor. And the right floor in this case would be a little bit lower than this. Oh shoot, it just occurred to me that we don't have the share inertia tensor option in here anymore. I think this is one of the updates. I might need to actually reload the game here real quick to see if I can enable it. Aha, here's the issue. Okay, so it looks like these three options right here are new. So they added them in the recent update on Monday. One of them is actually enable share inertia tensor. So if that's turned off, you won't have that option. That's why our elevator's kind of going all over the place there while we're working on it. Let's go ahead and turn that back on, and let's load back into the world to see if we can actually get that working properly. Ooh, I love this background image. Wow. They also added a bunch of new ones of these when they did the update as well. Love some new background images. All right, we are back, and it's time to set the share inertia tensor of all these things to on, which hopefully doesn't blow anything up. Is it here now? Yes, it is. Okay, so we now have the option to share inertia tensor, and we essentially want to go in here and look for piston, elevator, and we want to grab everything that's not white, because the white one is the one that's connected to the grid. So all of those guys, we want to set to, oh wait, hang on, no. I want to do that from the main grid. Right. Okay, so all of these ones right here, we want to share inertia tensor, and hopefully that doesn't blow anything up, as it can do sometimes, but it looks like that time we were safe. Okay, let's go back up to the elevator, and it should be a little bit more secure. So is this the level that I want it to go to? I think this is fine. I would love if this door just a tiny bit over to the right, but what can you really do? It won't go over another block, right? So the only thing I would be able to do is, actually, yeah, I could do that. If I go to my, oh no, okay. If the hinge were sideways, there might be something I could do, but at this point, there's not much that I can do. But this is fine. I like this. I'm okay with this. Okay, I guess I am using the color white now. I'm okay with that. All right, let's go ahead and get our sliding hatch door built up here. So grab those blocks right there. And there we go. Perfect. But I do almost wonder if it would be better. No, because I think it ends up looking the same, right? These doors would just be more centered. Yeah, unfortunately, no matter how you slice it, you're gonna have this little gap right here. There's just no door that goes on small grid that actually would take up enough space for this. So it's okay. We'll let it be. Oh, we're out of energy. Well, I guess we can use this now to see how fast. Okay, so it does it about the speed of the normal med bay. That's pretty good. It just doesn't give you health, but it refills your other stuff, which I like. Okay, let's continue doing this. We're just raising this up one more level. Actually, you know what I can use now is they did add some floor blocks. Maybe I can try using those. Floor. This is something that they have 2 for the small grid. Wow, okay, maybe it's not as good for the small grid. But I know using the new floor blocks, I can actually probably do something nice over here. So if I remove this, these are just sci-fi interior walls. I think I can add a nice floor. Because these have one side that has these nice decals on them. I think one of them, yeah, something like this. I can do something like that right there. And that should look pretty okay. I don't know what this is gonna look like from the bottom, but at least from the top here, it'll be a nice sort of little decal that's got this danger line on the edge right here. Now from the bottom, well, it looks a little strange, I guess, because you got these little decals as well, but I think it's not that bad. Oh man, yeah, they did do a lot of damage here. Oh, what the heck? Oh, you came from the armadillo, which has sustained many massive damage. Hey, the dog's got a little bit farther. We've got Spot. Yeah, that's Spot and Barkplier right over there. And the other one, I don't know where it is. Okay, this is why I was a little worried having dogs running around the base, because they don't have jetpacks and they just kind of get stuck. So I think I am gonna call them back and get the buzzes back out. Or actually, you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll make another scavenger, but it'll be the drone bot, so because they can fly, and we want them to fly if they're in our base. And we'll call this. We're calling him Scrop because he scraps things. He scraps things. So we're gonna make him a nice, I don't know, orange maybe, like that. Let's go ahead and build Scrop, and we'll do Script or Scrap. Scrop and Scrub. No, that's a dog. Why did I build another dog? Oh, it seems like the only scavengers are dogs. Oh, I see. So we can't really do any scavengers then, because otherwise they'll get stuck, like Scrop is right now. All right, fine. We'll just release Buzz and Buzz. Okay, there's the buzzes. We got Buzz, we got Buzz, and we got Buzz, and they're all ready to help. That stuff is gone, so I don't think the scrappers got it. I'm not sure. It might have just despawned, which is totally fine by me because I wasn't going to get it all anyway. Okay, let's finish up getting this thing done. I wanted to make it possible to enter from this side as well, because we could potentially have a window here. All right, so you guys know the drill. We're gonna put one of those right there, and we'll put one, I don't know, maybe we'll put it over here. Or maybe like kind of toward the center. Toward the center makes a little more sense. So we'll do one right there as well. Okay, and let's see if we can actually get it on this as well, since we're gonna need a third door on this. So it opens right there, which means we're gonna want this block, and this block. Okay, a little bit of interior plates right there. All right, there we go. So we now have a little entrance right here. Oh shoot, no, it's on the other side. There we go, much better. Okay, so now we have that door right there. Perfect. Okay, so I'm making just like a little cabin for this thing, and I'm thinking we're probably gonna have a window like at about this level or something so that you can see out as well. Maybe on all sides even. But I like having a cabin because that will quell hopefully all of the OSHA violations that we've been doing with this elevator shaft. Yeah, we don't have a lot of silicon left over. What about if I go into my refineries? Do we have silicon that we could potentially run with? We do actually have a little bit of silicon that we could process, so let's go ahead and throw these in here. And while we're at it, let's rebuild our ores container since it got destroyed. I would like to get that back up and running. So over here, let's grab a new one of these. We're using this one right here, I believe. Yep. And let's go ahead and build that up. So we need interior plates. No problem. All right, here we go. So there's our new ores container. I'm gonna need to steal the name for this and name it up here. So we're gonna call this base storage ores up here. Okay, and now all the ores should flow nicely into this guy right here, which is gonna be good. And while we're up here, you know what? Let me grab some steel plates and let's maybe fix a little bit of this stuff as well. So this stuff right here, for instance, could use a couple steel plates, but mainly it's this stuff right here that we need to make sure is not a problem again in the future. So maybe what I'll do is remove those. I'm gonna replace these with some heavy armor, just along this side right here, because I don't want anything to be able to just shoot through here and damage my my ore container. Now I'll also do, I guess we'll do floor. We'll use some of the new floor blocks for this. Let's go ahead and remove these. I can at least use some of that to build up this stuff. Oh, it's so nice how being able to have these refill stations. It makes it so much quicker to actually just, I don't have to run up to a med bay or anything. I can just go ahead and grab what I need here, which is very nice. Okay, let's build up these heavy armor blocks right here, which will hopefully help us out a little bit in the future so our stuff doesn't get blown up. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna add in another layer of heavy armor right here. I need to grab a couple blocks, of course, for this. But I think having another layer right here would be a good idea. Right on top of this, I'm gonna use our floor blocks right there with a little edge thing on the side, showing that there's, I guess, danger. Maybe I'll do it like this, so that it's on either side. So we'll do, I guess let's build the heavy armor stuff before we build the other stuff. All right, what do you guys think of this? With these decal blocks, we're able to do this kind of kind of, I don't know, walkway sort of thing, which looks kind of cool. We'll even do it right here. Why not? Although right here, what I want to do is, let's do the same thing with the decal block right there. Okay, let's try this. I don't know if this is going to look good, but we're going to give it a go. See what it looks like. Okay, so this kind of goes into like a, you know, like a little hallway sort of thing. It's not that bad. Actually, you know what? It would look better if I remove these and instead use the passage ones. The problem though is it looks weird on the sides, but it's not the worst. There we go. So that's what the new floor pieces are. The new floor edge, floor center, all those floor pieces. They make it kind of look a little bit like this, which is, it's not bad. I kind of like it. So it looks like they unfortunately destroyed a bunch of stuff up here as well. So let me grab some blocks here. And I think every block that gets damaged, I'm going to replace with heavy armor, just so that we slowly start to get a little stronger in the armor department so that this won't happen again. I'm going to put all these blocks back here normally. But then starting now, it's all going to be heavy armor when we can afford it. Okay, is that back connected again now? It might be. Unless any of these took damage, but I don't think they shot anything on the left side of our base, only the right side here, where the armadillo was sitting. All right, here it goes. We're putting heavy armor in everywhere that got destroyed. So that is just a couple more heavy armor pieces that we can have. Okay, let's start getting these built up. It's gonna take a couple trips to do, but we should have all the materials. Save for maybe, I mean, metal grids we probably have, right? Am I finally out of steel plates? No, not quite yet, but it looks like we might be getting close. Okay, there we go. All components successfully withdrawn, and that's gonna be all of our heavy armor for the top deck here, at least for now. Let's go ahead and grab that color and make sure that these new blocks adhere to it. Perfect. And that's looking pretty good. Okay, so that's a little bit better defended now. We got a Buzz flying around. He's gonna repair some of this stuff. I do want to repair that block though, real quick. That just requires a couple computers, I think. Get that one built up. Now, I will say some of the other tragedies are that they damaged our refinery and they damaged our yield modules. They actually destroyed an entire yield module as well. So let's get our refinery and our yield modules back up and running. Shouldn't take too long because the steel plates are mostly intact on the refinery, and that's the one that costs the most. So let's get this built back up. There we go. That's the refinery back up and running. And then it's just going to be the yield module here. There it is. Did this other refinery get damaged as well? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So we might be in a good position here. All right, other than that, that's looking pretty good. We just need to get one more yield module on here, and then we're good. Energy critical? Well, boom, I got a refill station right here. And I'm not afraid to use it. Okay, yield module right there. And we're all back to normal, as if nothing ever happened, except for the fact that the armadillo's in a bit of a dire straits. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. Okay, now that we took a little hiatus from our elevator work, let's get back to that. So we wanted to get some of these built, but we didn't have the silicon. That was the problem. We now have a little bit of silicon. We have 2.8 silicon, 2.8 thousand silicon. So that means we can build like that many of those. Wow, that's really not very many, is it? Okay, well, I guess we can't build all the windows yet then, but we can at least get a good portion of our elevator done. So window-wise, how do I want to do windows on here? I could do some, I think these windows might fit on the small grid, right? Yeah, they do. And they would actually fit right there too, wouldn't they? Ah, the barred window. This is probably what I want. Let's try and use the barred windows. They only take girders, so they shouldn't be too hard to build. Let's get a couple of these in our repertoire. I think this will actually look pretty nice if we do like a barred window coming up the middle right here, maybe. Just for 2 blocks. There we go. That's not a bad idea. That gives me like a nice little way to look out. I like that. And then I can do the same thing over here if I want to. All right, what do you guys think of this? This elevator is starting to look pretty decent. We've got these kind of little areas over here where you can see out, which looks pretty good. You can't see out the doors when they're closed. I guess you kind of can. You have the little looking glass area. But the idea is that based on which floor you go to, it would like lock these doors or something like that. And I might control that via a script. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna do it, but we'll figure out how to do it, and it'll make it work a little bit better. So what we're going to do also is, let's put some these on here. Okay, our fuel's low, which means we want to probably go and replenish. Can I put them in this one? Does this one have stuff? Yeah, it does. Perfect. Okay. It actually works pretty well. Okay, we're gonna run into our little bots, but yeah, it works pretty well. Kind of brings you to the floor. But having these automatically open and close would be really cool, I think. That'd be so awesome. Let me call the elevator up here as well. I wanna check. So it goes a little too high there. That's totally fine. We'll have to change the height. But we can, of course, do our same thing here, and we can maybe even have an exit right here as well. You know what? I think we're only gonna have the one exit on the top floor. All right, there we go. That's looking pretty good. All right, we've got these here. I might switch these out for 1x. Actually, I will switch these out for 1x2s. So you're gonna turn into a 1x2 right there, and you're gonna turn into a 1x1 up here. Oh no, maybe you won't, because we have that there. Okay, I'll have to move that probably. That's just kind of in the way. But yeah, okay, we'll have that right there. We'll figure out what to do about this one right here. This one's pretty much done. Let's keep taking the elevator down. Not the elevator, but the stairs down. Okay, down here, we're also gonna need to do something. We have our button that's kind of in the way, so we'll need to figure something out for that. But at least for here, we can use that right there, and then maybe a second one. And then finally, on the bottom floor, we can do the same thing that we've been doing before, which would be basically this. There we go. I mean, that's not bad. So we have all of our windows in place. We just need to get the silicon, and once we do, we'll be able to build up everything and have it fully OSHA compliant, where it would be impossible to fall down the elevator shaft unless you go over some sort of railing or past some sort of door that should be locked. But I think this is coming along pretty well. With the elevator being reborn over here, we're gonna add some lights to it and stuff like that, and I think that's gonna make it look really good. We can go ahead and call it down to this level. Okay. Apparently the speed is set to really, really low for that particular one. Okay, well, this is a better elevator than it was before. I think we're gonna have to end the episode here. This is probably gonna be a really short episode, and I wanted to make it longer, but we got that Reaver attack as well, and I need to get this episode out. I'm getting behind on these episodes. Don't worry though. This weekend I'm hoping I'll be able to fix it, and we can, resume normal length episodes instead of being rushed for time and stuff like that. But we got a lot done in this one with building the elevator, making it look a little bit nicer. Next episode, we're gonna do a little bit more work on the elevator. We'll rebuild the Falcon, and especially what I wanna do is finish up our welding pit right here, because it looks like the Falcon is no longer the only ship that needs it after that Reaver attack. So yeah, you have that to look forward to next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do so for notifications on when videos go live and stuff like that. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down in the comments section below. And if you'd like to become a YouTube member or patron, there are links below in the description for both of those, where you'll get your name in the end credits. You might get early access to videos, and you might even get a shout out at the end of the video. So in this video, we're gonna shout out Heretical John, Stellaris Ignis, and Tyler Hedstrom. Thank you very much for your support. And thank you everybody for your support on these videos, just with your view. It helps a lot. Your view, your comment, anything like that. It helps so much, and it means a lot to me and gives me motivation to keep going. But anyways, with that, I'll see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.